Oh my gosh, I went to high school in the middle of nowhere in Michigan. There were like 300 kids. We were all making art and trying not to start too much drama. It was a great experience. And yeah, made a lot of great friends and I had a lot of fun in high school.
How about you, Harrison?
I went to an all boys high school in Vancouver, and um, yeah, I have very fond memories of high school. I was kind of balancing sports and acting, and wasn't really sure what path I wanted to go down. But yeah, I'm glad I'm still acting all these years later.
And Matthew?
Yeah, I had a pretty normal high school experience. It was very much standard public education. I don't know if you've seen Glee, but I think I lived like the Rachel Berry experience. I was like involved with everything. I was in choir, I was in dance, I was in acting, I was in like leadership and everything. I wasn't like really good at any one of these things, but I did do so much, and I had a lot of friends, and I was very busy in high school. And yeah, to this day, I'm only in touch with a few of my friends from high school. Somebody actually created an Instagram about like a 10-year reunion, and I was like, oh, these are real. So I'm debating about going to that. But yeah, overall, high school was a fun experience.
How much of your own high school experiences did you have to pull in to do this movie?
I'll go
Let
ahead.
me tell you, even though I'm not the actor, so basically it is based on my high school friend in grade 11. I went to a private boys' school like Harrison did, actually in Montreal, called Lower Canada College. And I just remember going to grade 11. There was this one kid named Nicholas, and he had brain cancer, and then he died in the summer and never came back to grade 12. So that story was the origination of me wanting to create lots of Nathan Lee around when I was making Nathan Lee, when I was writing Nathan Lee. My other friend from high school also died of a brain cancer, glioblastoma. And so I was like, that's kind of weird. So somehow that really reminded me of you know that, and that became this movie.
So, Harrison, how hard is it to play somebody that knows life is going to be short, only has told a select group of people, tries to live as normal a life as possible in your senior year of all years? I mean, how difficult?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough. I did a lot of research and preparation heading into the performance, and talked to Quentin and Dennis, the writer, a lot about it, of like how much, we wanted to play into that. And I think the more I was digging through the character, um, I made the choice where, someone in this position, like I wanted to really, push against that and like not think about it too much and just try to live life to the fullest. Because I think one of the traps, like a lot of actors can fall into, and myself too, when I first started preparing, was to really, you know, think about all the negatives that are coming out of it, or like the imminent um, potential death. And like, I wanted to make sure that, Nathan was someone that could really be the rock for everyone else, because, you know, if he's showing that he's confident and he's able to, live life to the fullest, it'll hopefully ease everyone else around him. And the thing that I don't think he wants is for everyone else to be worried as well. So as little as he can show that, the better. But there are moments in the movie where, he is vulnerable, like with him and Lorelai, like just talking about their future. Cause, I think that's one of the times where he's like, oh, like this is real, this is happening. And yeah, I think there's moments throughout the movie he lets that slip a little bit, but I think overall he tries to put on the brave face. And um, yeah, it was a fun but challenging role for sure.
So, Natasha, your friendships with Nathan, and then you have this almost like a third wheel character. And so, I mean, how did you navigate all that? Because it was sort of like you wanted to be friends with Nathan, but you also wanted to pull in Dash. You just had so many elements that you had to deal with.
Yeah, I felt I used a lot of personalization from my life because I honestly have felt like a third wheel at a lot of moments when I was like a teenager and younger. So it was like fun to like pull from that. And on the subject of that, there was a scene where we were outside on the patio and Matthew, I think this line might have been improvised, but you basically said that I was like temporary or like I was a phase. And just yeah, navigating that was like quite tricky because it's like, wait, I think this is the love of my life, but oh my gosh, it was a little heartbreaking, but I'm glad we eventually all became friends.
So
Yeah,
Matthew, are you the
what an
jealous
interesting
type?
dynamic.
Am I the jealous type in real life? I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll find out. I think everyone that's ever given me attention has never looked at another person. So um, I've never had to deal with that situation before.
Oh, you're just such a magnetic personality,
I'm
huh?
just such a magnetic draw to everyone I know. Thank you. I appreciate you recognizing that in me.
Of course. And Quentin, how did you put these cast of characters together? I mean, it seemed to work so well. I mean, everybody just gelled.
So when I first wrote it, I just thought the other thought I was thinking was because I think I met up with Harrison. I actually met Harrison when he was in high school and he was 16, and we did a little short film in Vancouver. I would say like 2010, is that right? Then we
Yeah.
met back like maybe I would say like 15 years later. Or was it 10 years later, right? 10 years later, and we just thought that, well, why don't we do something together? And I said, oh, well, I want to write this thing. So I said, Dennis, why don't you? And then I think we met first before even the script began. I said, like, why don't you write
Yeah.
this thing? I think Harrison would be a good person to play it, and very interesting. Then I worked with Natasha already on, I think, a documentary called Searching for Anime Wong. So maybe something good for you to screen too. It's about like Asian American actors, and then she has this. You have this story that about you being put in a cage that always haunted me, and in high school, and I just thought, my God, she would be perfect to play this Lorelai role. And then I think like the other, and then we pulled in the other cast, and Matthew is sort of like the newcomer in the sense that I think we were like he was the only role that went out to open casting, and he just kind of floated to the top because originally the role was written for a Latino person, and then Harris and I we all really like and Dennis we really like Matthew and just thought and then thought oh he's Filipino. So I thought, but I guess it could work with the dreamer because I thought you were Latinx for some reason, but I guess.
It's
But it
okay.
works anyway. So we sort of like adjusted the role a little bit, and then yeah, and then it all kind of came together.
What kind of relationships have you guys had in your real lives that you were able to pull through?
It felt like a long sleepover when we were filming. We were like playing board games and eating together, and I don't know, it was really fun.
Yeah. It was such a fun project because I feel like we had the time before, like Quentin had the great foresight of having a bunch of rehearsals before and like a black box theater. And we also just all met up individually just to get to know each other better because, in this movie, you have to believe that, like, for example, like me and Dash have been lifetime friends. And like Natasha mentioned, like we had a bunch of sleepovers, we just hung out a lot, played board games, and we were able to really build that chemistry beforehand. So that made going on set very easy. And especially like since we were all comfortable and trusted each other, it made for shooting that much more enjoyable.
So all of you joined us probably in the last 10 minutes of the film, so you got to see the climactic ending. As you were watching, when's the last time you guys have seen this film, and what memories came back when you saw the ending?
2 years ago? Was it that long ago?
Maybe it was in San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
CamFest?
CamFest. That was two, yeah, two. Oh, so
That's,
maybe like a little over 2 years ago at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah. I
So
remember I put them in a sort of like a little, not too scary hotel, but mildly scary hotel in San Francisco. It's not that scary. It's just a motel kind of situation, but we pulled through. Somebody was scared though, right? Was Matthew was scared?
it was me. It was me. I had to go to Drew's room. Drew was obvious she played oh my gosh, I forgot.
April.
April, thank you so much. She played April, and we were at the premiere, and then I was kind of scared to sleep alone, so I went into her room, and then yeah, we did the entire weekend like in the room together. It was nice. We heard somebody try to open the door, but that's okay.
Just sort of like the movie, right? I mean,
Exactly.
I want to know about Natasha in high school was locked in a cage. What's that all about? Did I hear that right? Did Quentin
Oh
really say that?
gosh. Yeah, when I was the first 2 years of high school, I was in Chesterfield, Virginia, and I was hanging out with these two boys in my neighborhood. One of them had a crush on me, and the other one did not believe in interracial relationships. And we were just I snuck out of my house to hang out with them. It was like late at night on a school night. And yeah, as a joke, one of them was like, "Oh yeah, why don't you like crawl into this like dog cage?" It was the guy that didn't have a crush on me, and he decided like, "Oh, it'd be so funny if we locked Natasha up in a dog cage and took pictures of her." Yeah. So that
But
happened.
there were we used the photos in the doc, right? I think those
Yeah, I used the
photos
photo in the doc. Yeah.
really kind of haunting. I remember.
In the Anime Wong documentary you guys did together? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I
Speaking of
honestly like,
anime, was she an inspiration for you after doing that documentary, Natasha?
yeah, I mean, she's such a trailblazer. I feel like Lorelai, despite the challenges in her life and like being all alone, having her parents like not be there and her sister be kind of not there as well. She's creating her own content. She's like seeing the silver, doing her best to see the silver lining in all situations. Yeah, there's this like very like ethereal quality to Lorelai that I feel like Anna also has that quality.
So, Quentin, you've done a number of movies, Stepping for Fangs, The People I've Slept With, White Frog, and now you have a new movie coming out, The Summer You Dance.
Yeah, the way you dance. Yeah. So it's really it came together so fast. I think I wrote it beginning of the year. I started writing in the beginning of the year, and I have a story, and then I always want to work with Tai Ma because we've been talking about working together, and we worked together before on Ching, but I wasn't a director. So I finished the story, I sent it to him, and then he liked it, and then I said, okay, I want to write the script, and then because of him, we were able to get financing to make it, and pretty kind of like ultra low budget, not ultra low budget, it's like a little bit under one a million-ish kind of thing budget, and then yeah, and then we shot it. We just came back. Harrison played the doctor, I think, and then it's all Canadian content, so everybody's Canadian. Yeah, so it'll be a fun. It's really a dance movie. It's about this guy. This guy who basically is a choreographer, who works a choreographer in LA and a dancer, and gets a call from his dad from Langley, BC, saying that he's dying of cancer and wants to come back to take care of him. So he goes back and ends up and his best friend from high school say, "Hey, why don't you teach a dance class? I run the community center." So he was teaching hip hop class, and in the class he meets this boy who's also transitioning from a boy to a girl. So ultimately, it's about these three characters: the dad, the son, and this boy transitioning, all finding the transformative power of dance, particularly hip hop.
Harrison, what do you like about working with Quentin that you keep on coming back to his projects?
I have a huge soft spot for Quentin, obviously because Quentin directed the first short film I ever did. But also, I just love how collaborative Quentin is. Like he's very open to everyone's ideas. And what was so great about working on Nathan Lee was, Quentin has a very clear idea of what he wants, but then when we're actually shooting the scenes, he lets us. We did a lot of improvisation on set as well. And also, kudos to Dennis, the writer, for allowing us that flexibility and freedom to play around. And yeah, I just love how like Quentin always just heard everyone out and let us, really bring ourselves to the project.
How would you describe your relationship with Dash?
I mean, I love Dash. I love Matt. I mean, like it was so fun being able to be on set with Matt every day. And, I think we became really close, not just, as characters, but like as real people. And, for Nathan, like his last gift to the world, I guess, is this gift of citizenship to Dash, and I think like that in itself shows how much Dash means to him.
So the movie kind of hinted that it was more of a friendship than a gay relationship. But do you
Absolutely.
really think it was just a friendship, or do you think there was more to it? It's just there seemed to be chemistry there.
I mean, I think it's all like love. Like, I think he has a very deep love for Dash, and like, I guess that's up for audience interpretation.
Mhm. How did you play it,
Um,
Matthew?
For me, it's not an unfamiliar experience to fall in love with a friend, but also still trying to maintain the boundary of friendship. Because sometimes you have to, as a person, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, you have to wrestle with the conflict of, do you want to maintain your friendship or do you want to risk that in the potential of something more? And I felt like that was the nuance that I wanted to play with when it came to Dash's relationship to Nathan, especially when you have a new character like Lorelai coming into the picture, who I'm sure Dash is who might like is very insecure that a woman is coming into a picture interested in your male friend, and it's almost like there might be a little bit of resentment for Dash towards Lorelai because it's like, here I've been this entire time with Nathan, and here you come along, and something that could have been mine is now yours. So I think that was the angle that I wanted to play at. So yeah, I think it is more than a relationship. I mean, it is more than a friendship, but at its core, it is just love, and it is like Nathan is like my best friend at the end of the day.
So, Natasha, how did you see your role as Lorelai and the relationship between those two?
Yeah, I definitely respected their friendship, but also felt a little like jealous of yeah, the dynamic, but I felt like I was navigating like, okay, this is like an existing like long-term relationship, very long-standing friendship, and he doesn't Dash doesn't like me, and I felt like a lot of it I was trying to like, how do I make him like me? How do I enter this circle? Because if I don't win Dash over, I feel like I can't fully step into Nathan's world.
Right.
Yeah, by the end it was really satisfying when we finally I want to say like became a trio, like literally. And when it all worked out.
So, Quentin, do you see your audience kind of going Team Caleb or Team Lorelai or Team Dash or Team, Nathan? I mean, how did you want the audience to feel through all this? Or do you think that everyone's own identities that they're grab onto what's closest to their heart?
Yeah, I just think that it's you make a movie, you just want to have people to enjoy it and have fun and hopefully spread the word and let more people watch it. So I don't really have anything they particularly want them to feel kind of thing.
Did the high school friends that died of brain cancer, are they aware of this movie, their family, or did you ever contact them?
No, no, I have been out of touch with a lot of my LCC classmates for a long time, but yeah.
So if anybody in the viewing audience has a question, feel free to open up your mic and ask it or put it in the chat. We'll be happy to answer any questions the audience may have. What's next for all you guys? I know, Harrison, you're in Quentin's next movie, but what else is on deck?
Yeah. I mean, I just moved to Vancouver last year, and yeah, I've just been working on film TV up here. I've been traveling back to LA for some voiceover projects. Been working on video games and animation and dubs, and some exciting stuff upcoming for TV that I can't quite talk about yet. But yeah, things are going.
That's great. Congratulations. How about you,
Thanks.
Matthew?
So, last project I did was a fictional podcast called Punch the Line. And I recently did the Young Playwrights Festival with the Blank Theater. So I got to do two new things. I got to do theater in LA for the first time, and I got to do my first voiceover project, which was really fun. But right now, I'm actually delving into grad school next year. I'm about to apply for medical dosimetry. And so I just completed observation hours in radiation therapy, medical dosimetry, and X-ray technology. So
Oh my
that's what I've
God.
been doing.
If
You're a
we get an
brainiac.
X-ray, we'll see you. If we get an
Yes,
X-ray.
definitely. I'll be like, Quentin, what did you do this time on set?
How about you, Natasha?
I'm producing a comedy project next week that I'm super, super excited about.
Oh,
And I'm currently working at a startup that accelerates genomic medicine with artificial intelligence. I'm the marketing manager there, and I get to produce a lot of scientific content, as well as like internal content as well. So I've been having a lot of fun exploring that side of myself behind the scenes, producing, editing, directing a bit. So yeah.
Is it for the same French company?
Yeah, yeah, it's a French American
But you're
company.
in LA now.
I go back and forth.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
LA is technically my residency, but I also have French residency now, so
Oh.
tell
yeah.
us more about your comedy project.
It is, I'm filming a scene at the Pack Theater next week, and it's a young woman going through an awkward abortion situation, and that's all I
That's a
can say about
comedy?
it. Yeah, it's an awkward abortion comedy situation.
Well, it's been delightful talking to you guys, and I really appreciate this all. And I also want to mention that Quentin has been very kind to offer our viewers a discount for a 1 year subscriptions to Asian American movies. Tell us what Asian American movies is, Quentin.
Well, Asian American movies or AAM.TV is actually a streaming platform that streams Asian diasporic content plus my full library of TV series and films and feature films and other my friends' stuff. So check it out, and you get a 25% off for a 1 year subscription with that code, which
And
is
can you tell me
AsAmNews.
some of the content on Asian American movies and how big
Yeah, it
Asian
basically has
have?
all my fun movies, like The People I've Slept With. It has a lot of stand-up comedy content, Comedy Invasion, which actually we're shooting the third season in February, this coming February. And we basically broke comics like Asuko Katsuka, Robin Tran, Zhao Ying Summers. None of these comics are returning my calls these days, but they're all in the series.
Well, you made them also famous, right? Then they don't need you anymore, huh?
I guess not. It's just like John Cho, he doesn't need me anymore.
Oh,
He was actually in Shopping for Fangs, which is the film that I made starting my company in '96. So it's turning 30 next year, and it premiered Toronto TIFF in 2097. And John Cho was also John Cho's first leading role. You can say it could be Yellow, it could be me, but we're shooting at the same time, so.
So Harrison, Matthew, and Natasha, I want you to put up your two fingers as I pledge. I pledge.
I
I
pledge.
pledge
I
Never
pledge.
to ignore
never to ignore
Quentin's calls.
Quentin's calls.
Quentin's calls.
How's
Oh, we all
everybody?
made it here today, didn't we?
I mean, we
Yeah,
made it
that's
here.
true.
We did. We
I
did
met up with
that.
Quentin in London. I am still answering his calls.
I thought I was meeting you in Paris, but I ended up meeting you in London, right?
Yeah,
Just in March, because,
such a fun
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So the code to get the discount, I believe, is Asian American Friends. You just enter that
ASMNews Friends. So
AsAmNews
I
Friends.
just put it on the chat for everybody. So
Okay.
AsAmNews Friends.
So I will, everybody who registered for this will get
Yeah.
that code, and hopefully the recording went well. I'll be able to send them a recording of this because I know we did have some technical difficulties, so unfortunately we did lose some people. But I really want to thank you all for joining me. I know Harrison, Matthew, Natasha. I love the movie absolutely. It's the second time I've had a chance to talk to Harrison and Natasha about this movie, and you were delightful the first time. You're even more delightful the second time, and Matthew. It's wonderful to meet you because you're such an integral part of this movie. You kind of held it all together. So thank you for all you did. And Quentin, you're just amazing. So
Thank you so
and all
much.
you guys, everything you guys did. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. And thanks
Thank
for
you. Have a
Thank
good
you,
night.
Randall.
Nice.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.